when people watch this film, you get the sense that something's off about you, Rami, and Denzel. Like nothing too obvious. It's just that you get that feeling like, okay, there's something weird about these characters. Like, even though this person's depicted as a good guy, this guy's depicted as, this cop with a family, and then you're depicted as, the guy who's unsettling and makes people uncomfortable. But back to that thing about perception, where it's like, just because somebody may be creepy or, weird you out a little bit, doesn't mean they're guilty of a crime. And it goes the same way for somebody who may be the nicest person that you've ever met, could have a complete total dark side that you don't know about. So when you're playing a character like Sparma in this film, how did you know when to push just enough to maybe get a rise out of either Rami or Denzel, but also not to push too much and know when to pull back so that you're not being too oblivious or too obvious, like, okay, I'm the creepy bad guy or something like that?
I mean, that's a great point to bring up, but I said from the beginning I wanted to push things as far to the edge as I could without crossing the line into absurdity. And I also wanted to put a real human up on the screen. I wanted to create a complex person who had his idiosyncrasies. But one of my favorite parts about Sparma was his sense of humor. I always found him to be quite funny, and he uses that humor to keep people off balance and to surprise others. And that was a lot of fun on the set, to come in with a lot of improvisation and ad libs and things like that. I mean, it was just, you couldn't say or do anything wrong when you played this guy. And that's fun. That freedom to say whatever the fuck you want anytime you want to say it is fantastic. It's not like that every time. So I enjoyed the freedom.
Okay, come on, DB, go ahead. I know.
Well, given the fact that you, Rami, and Denzel are all Academy Award winners, people like to compare athletes. We were talking about comparisons earlier, and some people, if they're talking about who's the greatest basketball player, some people won't even bring up a name if you haven't won a championship. Like, that should be, the qualifying piece number one. But when you're talking about acting, is there like another level of respect that comes with being amongst co-stars that have all been acknowledged for your skill in acting? Like, do you all look at each other as like, okay, you've proven that you can do this at this level, instead of just somebody who's been cast in a role that you're not really sure whether they can carry that character?
Well, like Mr. Washington says, that belt you won last time doesn't help you in the fight you're in now. And it's a nice gift, it's a nice gesture, it's a beautiful thing to have happen, and to be able to share that with your family and your friends, all the people that have supported you. That's like, just, I wish everyone could win an Oscar. It's such an amazing thing, but it doesn't help you. I don't even think it made me more confident as an artist. I still, you deal with a lot of doubt and fear, and you have to embrace failure and mistakes. That's where the gold is. None of us were in that place. I think all of us were like, okay, we have an opportunity. I knew I was going to show up ready to rumble, and I don't think anyone shows up on a set with Denzel Washington. I pity the person who would show up, just
not ready. Yeah,
him, just because, like, you're gonna miss that opportunity. So I really took full advantage of it.